Something bigger than XRP, but revolves around XRP. We're talking about liquidity pools, hodl mode. Yeah, I got something to share with you. We're also going to talk about BTC and crypto predictions for 2026. Why? Because heck, I'm looking at Garmin and 2025 is almost over. What's sparking this latest boom? Should we be cautious about it? That and
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
the altcoin season index is starting to warm up as we've hit 30 out of 100. The heat map looks good and, well, the future looks good. And what's behind all this? Well, we're going to get into that. But first, well, wait a minute. What about the thing that's going to be bigger than XRP, but revolves around XRP? See how I teased you twice there? Just like I do my wife. Shane Wilkins starts us off. Thank you for the support, kind sir. I greatly appreciate it. Shane says, thanks. Bro, for on the spot news, for watching this channel helps me keep up and up. That's right. I sort through all the crap out there, bringing you only the relevant stuff, not the BS fake articles that sort around, just the real deal stuff. Paul Fish says, I think Michael Saylor sells his first Bitcoin. Everyone's going to panic and start selling. Starting a toilet bowl whirlpool. I totally agree. I think once Saylor sells his first BTC and people start finding out, because remember, he has to report that with the SEC, it would definitely cause a panic with the maxis. Speaking of, it appears to me that the maxis have invaded the comments here and they're not happy with XRP doing so good. You know what that means, right? Yeah, you only catch flack if you're over the target. Reverend Funky, our friend from up north, says, against the door, you look like a retard trying to hump a doorknob.
It's like watching a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob out there.
Love it. Choo choo. Oh, no, that's for the end of the video. As I stated earlier, the altcoin season index is starting to warm up a bit. We're starting to see the alts gain on BTC. Volume for the crypto market still kind of anemic right now at $118 billion. But look at this. XRP 265, Souls at 200. Those are some pretty good prices right there. Now, what are you noticing though? ADA, 68 cents, still under that 70-cent mark. And HBAR, is HBAR a deal here, everyone, at 18 cents? Let me know down below. So what's causing all this optimism? It's the United States and China trade truce. Let's get some deets, and then we're going to get into some juicy price predictions along with something bigger than XRP, but involves XRP. The two nations are considering a 1-year delay in China's export controls of rare earth materials, which is the primary point of recent friction. In return, the U.S. is expected to hold off in imposing the threatened 100% additional tariffs on Chinese goods. China also agreed to increase imports to the U.S. soybeans and agricultural products. In exchange, the U.S. pledged to review the relaxation of specific export controls. Look, long story short, the two were talking, and when both sides talk, the market warms up. Too bad, though, both sides aren't talking when it comes to the government shutdown. So we're making progress with China, but we can't make progress amongst ourselves. I posted earlier saying thank you, and whoa, the comments have been overwhelmingly positive. But seriously, thank you everyone for understanding that I don't have the highest video and sound quality right now while traveling, but I'm still bringing you the news. Charles Hoskinson's given us his Bitcoin prediction for 2026, and let me know, is this realistic or is he just throwing out a little bit more hopium? Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson has revealed his prediction for Bitcoin in the coming year of 2026. He's saying that it's going to be 250,000 by mid 2026, essentially going, yo, that's double the price right now. And we know how it is, right? Bitcoin can tug the market up and it can tug it down. The bigger pump to the alts will be what, everyone? Yeah, regs and ETFs, but Bitcoin moves the market as well. He says this is a quick pit stop at a gas station before the long road trip. Interesting. But what do y'all think? What are your price predictions for end of 2026? Do you think 250,000, a $250,000 is too high for BTC? XRP price targets $3, ETF inflows, CME open interest, and RLUSD assets jump. All right, we get about RLUSD, doesn't have a lot of tie in to XRP price. In terms of the ETFs, the one that's going on right now, the CME's future thing is juicy. I'm going to share that with you, and then we're going to talk about rate cuts. XRP price continued its strong rally this month with data showing robust institutional demand for the coin. One sign of this is the CME futures products launched in May that have already crossed the 66 billion mark in open interest. This makes them among the most actively traded contracts for the company. And yo, the CME is massive. So if this is one of their most active products, what do you think is going to happen when you get those XRP ETFs? Data on the CME's website shows that open interest has continued rising this month. On Friday, open interest jumped to 9.9 billion, the highest since September 2024. So the market is falling. So we're not only seeing juicier price action, but we're seeing futures open up. As the chart below shows, the volume of XRP futures on the CME has been in a strong uptrend over the last few weeks. That's that right here. See, we had a whole bunch in the beginning. It kind of leveled off and now jumping up. Now, what about the rate cuts? Look at this. Latest odds have us at 96.2%. Here's the thing, though, okay? We're not going to be getting most likely any CPI data next month. Why? Well, because of the government shutdown. So the Fed, this might be their last cut for the year because remember, Jerome Powell is what, everyone? Well, we need to see what the data says. Yeah, so if Jerome doesn't get data, he'd be cautious. And you're like, bro, why would he do that? Well, pretty simple. How about I put some duct tape over your speedometer? Wouldn't you drive a bit cautious not knowing what the speed is going to be? See, I told you so. But 96% chance of a rate cut sounds juicy to me. Now, Ripple-backed EVERNORTH could mirror MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy for massive XRP buys. I'm telling y'all right now, I think I'm going to get into this pretty heavy. Here's why. We've seen a lot of Michael Saylor's strategy gain versus BTC. So EVERNORTH is like the strategy for XRP. That said, EVERNORTH aims to build a full-fledged ecosystem around XRP, including liquidity pools, lending protocols, and yield programs. So think, we've got very healthy institutional interest in XRP, very healthy retail interest in XRP. And now if we're using XRP and we're talking about lending, yield protocols, that means you could get some big profit on top of XRP native token. So when I look at EVERNORTH, I'm like, yo, I think I might want to get big into that. Once EVERNORTH goes public on the NASDAQ, it could open the floodgates for regulated Wall Street money to access XRP indirectly through liquidity exposure. Now, I think that's something that we all have to pay attention to because a lot of players out there look at XRP as being very risky, right? That's native token. And through the stock market, you get protections through the SEC, right? There's a lot more declarations, there's a lot more forms, there's a lot more reports, quarterly reports, and so forth. So a lot of traditional money is like, okay, native asset, I don't know, that's a little risky. But EVERNORTH going on the NASDAQ, yeah, that might be exactly what they like. And I think I might put some zeros into that. XRP price is looking healthy, but what do we got to get past? We got to get past these humps right here, right in that 265 range. And right now you see it battling at the time of recording. Volume, $3.74 billion, so not too crazy right now. But again, healthy for a Sunday. That is way higher than the volume that we saw a year ago in November before the election of a pro-crypto presidente and Congress. Now, which will be bigger? EVERNORTH on the stock market or XRP native? I got to be honest with you. If EVERNORTH launches before the regs, I got a feeling that EVERNORTH could take the early lead. Now, that's just my opinion on it, but for real, EVERNORTH before regs, a lot of people on Wall Street would be wanting to get into that action. And I've been a big supporter for XRP, and I'm a big supporter for XRP product. I've told you many times that we need XRP for more than just speculation, more than just you and I trying to buy low and sell high. We do need it for liquidity pools. We'd love to see it for loan action. And of course, we would love to see it for yield programs and lending. That means what, everyone? Money for XRP and money for EVERNORTH. Because think, if all of a sudden you were able to get some yield for your XRP, wouldn't you park it with EVERNORTH rather than having it stored like on an exchange where you don't earn shit? Exactly. That's why I think EVERNORTH is going to be good. XRP is going to be good. It's just a matter of timing with regs. And, well, if the fuddy-duddy traditional finance money wants to get into native asset, or if they want to go something that goes through the SEC. Now, y'all know I think Charles is an absolute tard card, but to be honest with you, is he kind of overhyping the BTC price at 250,000, or do you think the United States government is going to keep messing up things and traders are going to flock to BTC as a hedge against the United States government? The more I think about it, I got to be honest with you. The United States government is going to continue to fuck stuff up. And remember, we have midterm elections next year. And, well, depending on the way midterm elections go, could definitely affect the price of, yes, BTC and the alts. But let me know, is 250,000 too aggressive for BTC at the end of 2026? I think BTC was nowhere near where we are right now a year ago. So a year from now, I don't know. Charles may be a tard card, and he may lie about a lot of stuff, like him working with Congress, which never happened, but maybe he's right about this. The Evernorth thing, though, I got to be completely honest with you. I think that's going to be a big one. We saw what happened, right, when the first stablecoin company went public on the stock exchanges. It absolutely freaking roared. What about Evernorth? What about all that traditional finance money out there that would be like, yo, we want to get into something that's regulated by the SEC, not something that's unregulated? And remember, it's all about the timing of these events, right? The regs, rate cuts, and so forth. But we've seen strategy outperform BTC, and now it makes me wonder if Evernorth is going to outperform XRP, because think, strategy just hodls BTC. They really don't do shit else with it. But Evernorth wants to do liquidity pools. They want to do some loans backed by it. They want to do a whole bunch of things all revolving around XP. So they want to do more than just buy and hodl like strategy is doing. They actually want to use it. And that's the utility we've been waiting for. Now, obviously, you could tell I'm in Guade. I got the chicken bus shirt on. I'm in a courtyard casa. In fact, check out the ceiling. See, it could rain on me right now and I would get soaking wet. I've got the mega door behind me, which I humped earlier in the video. And it's like it's hard humping a doorknob. I get it. And, well, I'm going to share all my Guade stuff with you. It's linked in the channel down below. Make sure you subscribe to that channel and this channel. Both are absolutely free. And honestly, my dedication is to you. How many other channels out there bring you the same level of news coverage while on vacation as while they're at home? No stupid videos of me in my car on my lunch break going, oh, yeah, the markets are blah, 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 with no edits and bullshit like that. Nope, I still bring you the juicy news even if I'm on vacation. Dedication to you. Why? Because you, the viewer, matter most. And that's always been my promise to you. That's why I don't take any crypto related sponsors. Would I take a sponsor, say, of Adidas? Sure. Would I take a chicken bus as a sponsor? Sure. Would I take something from anything other than crypto? Why? Unbiased news for you. Choo choo what? Choo choo guate, choo choo Antigua, and choo choo bitches.